Hey everyone, and welcome. I am so excited to share this with you today. This is a visual companion to our latest podcast episode on success energy, and we're going to dive into something I call the success triangle. It's this incredible framework that weaves together the wisdom of three legends to really unlock your power to manifest. Let's get right into it.
So, at the very heart of all my exploration is this one big question. What really happens when the intense, disciplined grind of Napoleon Hill's work meets the beautiful, trusting grace of Florence Scovel Shinn? And then, what if you take both of those and step them into the pure, joyful vortex of Abraham Hicks? Today, we're going to decode exactly that, how to blend these incredible energies to bring your desires to life.
Our journey has to start with Napoleon Hill. He's really the architect of the whole modern self-help movement. His teachings are all about mental discipline, about having this laser-like focus on your goals, and that really forms the foundation, the first corner of our success triangle. And get this wasn't just some weekend project. He was actually commissioned by Andrew Carnegie, who basically gave him a 25-year quest to get inside the minds of the world's most successful people. He wanted to create a blueprint, a real map for success that absolutely anyone could follow. So after all that research, what did he discover? It really all came down to a powerful, simple conclusion. Success is an inside job. It starts in your mind. He laid out these core principles, like having a definite purpose, a desire that just burns inside you, and this unwavering faith. He saw these as absolutely essential for achieving anything worthwhile. And this right here, this single idea is his most powerful legacy. Whatever the mind can conceive and believe, it can achieve. Just let that sink in. This was so revolutionary back then, and it really planted the seeds for what has become the entire modern manifestation movement. Okay, so we've got the foundation laid. Now let's add another crucial layer to our success triangle with the incredible wisdom of Florence Scovel Shinn. You see, if Hill represents the power of the conscious, disciplined mind, Shinn introduces us to the magic of intuition, of spiritual trust, a totally different flavor of power. And this slide really shows you the key difference between them. It's fascinating, right? Hill is all about control, about disciplining your thoughts and commanding your subconscious. Shinn, on the other hand, teaches us to speak our truth and then surrender, to trust the flow of the universe and divine timing. They're two very different paths to power. Shinn's philosophy is built around a few key ideas that feel almost magical. The power of your spoken word, for example. The idea that your intuition isn't just a random feeling, it's a divine guide. And she called it the law of boomerangs. What you send out comes back. It's all about aligning your words and your actions, and then letting the universe work its magic. So we have the mental discipline from Hill, and that deep spiritual trust from Shinn, so what's left? Well, now we need to complete our success triangle with the teachings of Abraham Hicks, who shows us how to power this entire system with the undeniable energy of emotion. The central teaching from Abraham is this concept of the vortex. Think of it like a vibrational reality where everything you've ever wanted already exists. It's all there. So to bring those things into your physical life, you don't have to work harder. No, you just have to align your emotions with the feeling of already having what you want. As you can see on this chart, it all comes together so beautifully. Each teacher brings this unique, essential piece to the puzzle. Hill gives us the structure, that masculine energy. Shinn adds the intuition, the feminine flow, and Abraham provides the emotional fuel to make it all go. Together, they create this incredibly powerful and complete system for manifestation. I absolutely love this quote from Abraham Hicks because it's just so freeing. It's a powerful reminder that manifestation isn't some destination you have to struggle to reach. It's a journey. It's about enjoying the creation process, not stressing about perfection. That shift in perspective alone can release so much pressure and let you tap into a much more joyful, effortless flow. Now you might be wondering, okay, this all sounds really nice, but is there any science to it? And the answer is a big yes. What's so amazing is that modern neuroscience is actually starting to confirm many of the very principles these teachers have been talking about for decades. Let's just take a quick look at how this stuff actually impacts your brain. Hill's intense focus on a single goal, that literally trains your brain's search engine, something called the reticular activating system, to spot opportunities you'd otherwise miss. Shinn's affirmations, that's a classic form of what's called cognitive reframing, used to rewire limiting beliefs. And Abraham's work on emotional alignment, that helps create new neural pathways making it physically easier for your brain to attract positive experiences. All right, we've gone through the theory, so let's get practical. Let's talk about putting this into practice. Because one of the biggest roadblocks I see people hit is this deeply ingrained belief that success has to equal struggle. So let's look at that limiting belief and figure out how to debug it. Before we go on, I want you to ask yourself a serious question. Just take a moment and be really honest. Do you, somewhere deep down, believe this to be true? This is such a common one, isn't it? This idea that if we're not grinding, not hustling 24/7, we somehow don't deserve success. We've been taught that anything that comes easily must not be that valuable. But what if that belief is the very thing holding us back? So here's a new perspective, a reframe I want you to try on. What if the most effective action you can take is actually the one that feels the most effortless? You know, when you're in that state of flow, you're tapping into a deeper creativity and intuition, and you can get breakthrough results with a fraction of the effort. Inspired action isn't lazy, it's incredibly efficient. The real key takeaway here is just this. Alignment amplifies results, period. When you align your energy with your desires, you don't have to push and struggle. You just get into that state of emotional alignment, and then you take inspired action from that powerful place. And the beautiful thing about this framework is that you can make it your own. You can start with Hill, get that fire going, get crystal clear on your what and your why. Then bring in Shinn's flow, use her techniques to speak your truth and trust the how will appear. And finally, tune in with Abraham, dial into that frequency of joy, and just allow your desires to come to you. So instead of chasing success, I really invite you to just focus on cultivating your own inner alignment. Because when you feel good, you attract good things. It really is that simple. When you make emotional alignment your number one priority, you can create a life that isn't just successful, but is also deeply joyful and fulfilling. I really hope this explainer has given you a new way to look at manifestation. If you're ready to take your practice even deeper, I want to invite you to listen to the full podcast episode where we really get into the teachings of Hill, Shinn, and Abraham Hicks. You can also find more resources and inspiration on our blog. Thanks so much for watching.